Right. All right, hello, and thank you for attending today's Trap, Neuter, and Return class. My name is Yvonne. I am a volunteer with the San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition, and I am going to be your presenter today with the assistance of my cat, Cheddar Cheese. Okay, there we go. He's very excited. All right, so if you are taking this class, I can make an assumption that there are cats in your life, whether you wanted them there or not. So whether they're feral cats or stray cats, whether you're feeding them or they just kind of showed up in your life, you're in the right place. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you all sorts of resources today. So you're more than welcome to take notes, pause the video whenever you need to, and I'm also going to be giving you contact information. So if you still have further questions or concerns after the presentation, you're more than welcome to contact us. All right, so let's get started. All right, now in order for you to receive credit for attending this class, you do have to go to our website, which you'll see here on our screen, and you do have to sign up for it. You do have to register. So no worries, I'm actually going to show you how to do that later in the presentation. Now, when you do register for this class, you are going to be able to receive the free trap loan incentive, and you'll also get the spay neuter subsidy. And again, throughout this class, I'm going to kind of talk to you about how it works and how to get the traps and where to go to get the surgeries done and things like that. But again, you do have to sign up for this class. If you haven't signed up, I do recommend that you do continue watching this video and then just sign up at the end of class. Okay. All right, so today you are going to learn quite a few things. So we are going to start with the basics as far as like what is TNR. So TNR stands for trap, neuter, and return. So the TNR process is going to be the meat of what we're going to be talking about today. Also going to be talking about how to safely and humanely manage and reduce the outdoor cat population number. So regardless of what your feelings are towards cats, whether you love them, you hate them, it doesn't really matter. We need to work as a community to make sure that the numbers don't get out of control, okay? Again, I am going to be talking about low-cost spay neuter options here in San Antonio. Also going to be going over the free trap loan resources that you do have available to you, and also going to be talking about the TNR recovery care and other helpful information. All right, so a little bit about us. Again, we are the San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition. We are ran by volunteers, so nobody works for any of the clinics. So the clinics that we do partner up with, none of us are employees for them. We're just giving out information. We do operate on tax-deductible donations, and we've been around since 2004. So as you can see, this is our logo. So whenever you see this logo here, you know that you're working with the San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition. Now, there are other animal organizations here in San Antonio, which is awesome, but we're the only organization that specifically works with and targets feral and stray cats. So you kind of see what our mission there is, to reduce the overpopulation of cats in San Antonio, again, through education. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch this video, explaining to you what TNR is, rescuing cats when we can, and empowering the community to care for outdoor cats. So again, these community cats, they belong to no one, yet they belong to everyone. So as responsible community members, we want to make sure we're doing the right things and making sure that these cats aren't reproducing and they're living the best lives that they can. Okay, so the basics about TNR. So again, trap, neuter, and return. So there it is, trap, neuter, and return. So we have found out that it is the only effective and humane method to reduce overpopulation. Now, this isn't something that we, the San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition, figured out. This is something that's been going on worldwide. So there are other countries in the world that figured this out, and we basically brought the method here to the United States, and this is what we know works. Scientifically proven. If you want to do the research, it's all out there. Again, it's a method used worldwide. And a way you can tell that a cat has been TNR'd, if you will, the left tip of their ear will be snipped off. So that's kind of like the universal sign that that cat has already been fixed, okay? It is endorsed and supported by San Antonio. So the Animal Care Services, if you have ever called them and you are having some kind of cat issues, we're one of the first organizations that they tell you to call, so we can go ahead and help you out with any cat issues that you may have. And other cities in and around San Antonio. So we do spread the word as far as trapping the cats and maybe some resources that they can use here. So again, TNR isn't just specific to San Antonio. It is all through the whole world, but we're focusing here in San Antonio. And expansion of TNR in these areas do rely on you. So after you watch this video, We're hoping that you go out there and you spread the word and let people know, whether it be your friends, neighbors, family members, people that you work with. Maybe you might overhear them talking about stray cats, feral cats. They don't know what to do with these cats. Let them know that we exist. Kind of give them our phone number and our website, and we'll do what we can to get them educated. Okay, so again, an ear tip: identify a cat who's been neutered and vaccinated, and I will be talking about the vaccination part in a little bit. Okay. All right, so why does TNR work? Okay, so we have found out, again, we not being us specifically, but worldwide, that catch and remove is ineffective. So just catching a cat and putting it in another location, or catching a cat and euthanizing it, it wasn't working. The numbers were not really moving. What TNR does, it actually addresses the real problem by stopping the breeding. So the cats actually do have the spay surgery if they're females, the neuter surgery if they're males. Either way, they're not going to be able to reproduce. So we know that's how you stop it. Returning the cats are key to the process, and you'll notice that it's in red. So after you get the cats fixed, you can't just dump them wherever it is that you like. You actually have to put them back where you got them from. And the next few slides are actually going to illustrate that, if you will. If cats are removed and not returned, more cats will move in and repopulate that area. So that phenomenon is called the vacuum effect. And I'm going to explain to you how that actually works. Okay, so let's pretend this is your house or your apartment or your workplace or wherever it is that this illustration is for you. Okay, now I have 4 cats here. You can have more stray or feral cats, you can have less. I'm just starting with 4. Okay, now Little Cat Basics 101: cats are territorial animals, and what they do is they like to leave their scent on houses and cars and things that they're claiming as their own, to let other animals know, this is my turf, this belongs to me. Go find your own place, if you will. Okay, so if you have cats already protecting your house, if you will, these are the benefits of having those cats already there. So 1, they do act as guard cats. So again, they do protect against from any other cats moving in, because again, cats will kind of just roam around until they kind of find their place, their home, if you will. So if there are cats already there, the other cats would just kind of keep going. Okay, 2, the cats are already going to be spayed and neutered. So again, you don't have to worry about any unwanted kittens. You don't have to worry about any unwanted mating behavior. So if you ever witnessed cat mating behavior, it is not pleasant. You got the yowling and the spraying and the noises at weird hours of the night. So you don't have to worry about any of that. And also too, it'll keep the cats from straying off, because the number 1 reason cats actually go out wandering around is because they're looking for love. So if you don't have them, if you have them fixed already, they're going to stay in the general area. They're not going to go out wandering and looking for that. Okay, next thing, the cats are ear tips. So again, they are easily identified as spayed or neutered. So if you do have neighbors that are not in agreement with you feeding these cats and things like that, and let's just say they call the cops on you, or they call animal care services on you, if they see that the cats have already been, they have their ear tips, then that lets them know that they've already been fixed. And legally, cats are allowed to be free roaming in San Antonio just as long as they are spayed or neutered. So good to know. And also, the cats are vaccinated. So when they do go in for their surgery, they do get a rabies vaccination as well. So you'll know at least that the cat is going to be vaccinated against rabies. Now, if you wanted to go above and beyond, and let's just say you want to go a little extra with these cats, you're more than welcome to get them tested for other things or give them other vaccinations. But just know that you'll be picking up the tab for that. So you'll be paying for anything extra. What the subsidy that you'll be getting through this program, it's going to be $20. So the cat gets the surgery, the cat gets the ear tip, and the cat gets the rabies vaccination, all for $20, which is a great deal. But again, anything extra, you'll be paying for out of pocket. Okay. All right. So now we have the benefits of why it's good to have a TNR cat. All right. But unfortunately, some people just don't get it, if you will. Okay, so let's just say the cats disappear. So there they are disappearing, whether they've been relocated, moved to different locations, relocated, unfortunately, like killed or something like that. Let's just say the cats are gone. Now you have this open space here. So again, cats are territorial. The cats that were previously there already sprayed and marked that house, okay? But now they're not there to protect protect their house because they're gone. So those smells are going to attract other cats. Other cats are going to be like, there have been other cats here. I'm just going to go a little bit further in to see if I can get a piece of that action, because wherever it is that there's resources, whether it be shelter, food, they just feel safe there, the cats are going to be attracted to that. So I have these cats here in red. Let me see if I can move myself here. I have these cats here in red because we don't know what their status is. Okay, so they're just walking in, and I just like happen to put 4 cats. And now you kind of have the same situations, but now you have a different batch of cats, not knowing if they've been fixed, not knowing if they've been vaccinated. And let's just do worst case scenario, because I mean, unfortunately, this is the scenario here in San Antonio. Turns out the cat that just came in, she was pregnant, and now she had 4 kittens. Turns out she brought her sister with her, and she had 4 kittens as well, right? And it turns out the 2 boys that came with them have not been fixed, and they are spraying on everything they can get their little butts on. Okay, so this is kind of like a worst case scenario kind of thing, but again, unfortunately, this is all too real here in San Antonio. So this is what happens. So this is the vacuum effect. When you don't have your vaccinated spayed and neutered cats protecting, you have other cats that are sucked into that vacant space, hence the vacuum effect, and then you start all over, and sometimes you actually end up with more cats having to take care of. And if no one addresses the problem, guess what? These kittens start mating with maybe these kittens, or start mating with the adults. And then you just have a whole bunch of cats on your hand, and sometimes it can be very overwhelming. All right, so speaking of overwhelming or information here, so just throwing out some numbers, right? So an average cat can get pregnant at 4 months old. 4 months, because they're out there in the wild, and they're smelling things and witness to behavior that a normal house cat, if you will, wouldn't. So they can go into heat that young. Cats can have 1 to 8 litters, or excuse me, kittens per litter. Okay, they can have 2 to 3 litters per year. So again, here being in San Antonio, the breeding season never really stops. Up north, let's just say Minnesota, where it actually snows and things like that, the cycle stops for the winter because everything just kind of dies down. There's really no breeding going on. But again, here in San Antonio, it doesn't really get that cold, so it just continuously just goes. Mom cat can go into heat 1 month after having her kittens. So after she just had her babies, and you notice like, hey, why is she leaving her babies? She's probably out there looking for love again. So just know that that does happen. And gestation period is roughly about 9 weeks. That's how long they stay pregnant for. So not for very long. Okay, so once you notice that the cat's pregnant, you need to get her in quick. All right, so again, just more numbers out there. In only 8 years, one unaltered pair of cats can result in approximately over 2 million cats and kittens. I wish this was an exaggeration, but it is not. And since we're talking about 2 cats here, it takes 2 to tango. So the old way of thinking was, oh, we only have to get the females fixed. We don't have to worry about the males. Please get the males neutered. You do have to worry about the males, because what happens is, if they already claimed a house as their own and they're not fixed, they're going to go out and get themselves a little girlfriend, and they're going to bring her back. And now you're going to have a pregnant cat, and now you're going to have kittens and all the other stuff that happens with having lots of cats. So please, please, please also get the males fixed. Okay, not just the females, the males as well. And I threw out this little thing here with the cat. So how can one person save 100 homeless cats? It's easy, just spaying 1. But now that you're taking this course, hopefully you're spaying more than just 1. But you know the importance of why this has to be done. Okay. All right, so let's continue. So now that we know what TNR is and how it works, what cats are actually eligible for the TNR? And you'll notice it'll be in block 6 of your pamphlet. So that's going to be right here. So again, if you did sign up, if you did register for the course, then you got this downloaded as a PDF. No worries. If you didn't sign up yet, you'll register and then it'll get sent to you. Okay, so this is going to be in block 6. So the TNR program is for any unsterilized cat living outside. So that's any cat that has not been fixed. Okay, so know that. So if, let's just say you're not sure if the cat belongs to a neighbor or not, I would personally maybe ask them before I start going to fix cats. But if you notice this cat's been out there, she's been pregnant 3 or 4 times, nobody's claiming her or whatever the case may be, then you can take her to go get fixed, okay? And then when she's done, she'll have the ear tip and everybody knows she's good. She's already been spayed. Okay, but there is an exception. So the clinics that we do have an agreement with, the cats have to come in one of these humane traps, okay? And again, I'm going to show you how you can actually borrow one from us, okay? So they have to come in one of these traps right here. Yes, no. So please do not waste your time. Do not waste the vet clinic's time. Do not waste the cat's time. By bringing the cat in one of these carriers, you will get turned away, and I would hate for you to go through all the trouble of catching that cat just for them to say, no, it's in the wrong trap, okay? So now you know these are not accepted. Humane traps only, okay? All right. All right, so the free trap loan program that we have here, let's see if I can move myself. There we go. All right, so again, you'll find this in block 4 of the handout here. All right, so let's do this. All right, so step 1. So the first thing you're gonna do to get the trap is you're gonna call us. Okay, so you'll see that we're in block 1 of the brochure. And again, I'm going to give you our information if you don't have this with you. So you're going to call us or you're going to send us an email. Okay, and when you call us or send us an email, you're going to leave your name, your contact number, the zip code that you reside in, and how many traps you want, or request for traps. If you need one, I need 1 trap. If you need 2, just tell them how many traps you need. Now, keep in mind the phone number that you're going to be calling is not a live line. It is going to be a voicemail that you're going to be leaving. So we ask that you please keep your message to just this, okay? If you need to get specifics as far as what's going on with the situation, or you need more help, or you're not really sure what to do, somebody will call you back and go over all of that with you. But to leave, we're asking that you leave short voicemails, just because we do have a lot of people who call us. So give us the information we need so we can call you back, and then from there somebody will be there to talk to you about other things if needed. Okay. All right. So traps can be borrowed with the refundable deposit of $75 per trap. So again, this is the free trap loan program that we do have, but we are asking for a refundable deposit. So it's $75 per trap, and the $75 is, that's how much the trap costs for us. So you're more than welcome to purchase one off of Amazon or wherever it is that you can get one. When I do the trap demonstration, I'll let you know exactly the name of the trap, so you're getting the correct trap. Okay, so you can get up to 3 traps for 2 weeks, and yes, you are going to need 1 trap per cat. All right, so there's that. All right, so step 2. So after you call us or leave us an email, you give us your information, someone's going to call you back. So your trap loan volunteer will return your call, and you all will arrange to a place to meet and pick up the trap. So whether it be at the parking lot of an HEB or the parking lot of your local police precinct, wherever it is that you feel safe, you and that person will agree on that location. And that's why we ask for your zip code, because again, everyone in this organizations are volunteers, including our trap loan volunteers. So we're gonna try to match you up with a volunteer that's already closest to where you live. So it's kind of convenient for both of you all. All right. Okay, so next thing, so step 3, you're gonna use the trap in a timely fashion and try to get it back to us as soon as possible. So we know that you do have up to 2 weeks, but we ask you don't wait till day 13 to try to trap a cat, because again, sometimes it's not that easy, and we might have people waiting for the traps. So as soon as you get the traps, we are asking that you use them in a timely fashion, just so we can get them back and get them back out there. Okay, but a 2-week extension is available if needed. So let's just say you weren't successful in the 2 weeks, you'll call your trap loan volunteer, kind of let them know what's happening, and if we don't have a backlog, then you're more than welcome to keep the trap longer. 2 weeks, for up to 2 weeks. All right, and then the last thing, you're going to clean the trap and contact the trap loan volunteer to set up a time location for trap return. So y'all might meet at the same place, give them back the clean trap. At this time, this is when your deposit will be returned to you. So if you gave us a check, you'll get your check back. If you gave us cash, you'll get your cash back. We do not deposit anything. Whatever you give the trap loan volunteer as your $75 deposit, that's exactly what you're going to get back once we get our traps back. If for some reason we cannot get a hold of you, time has passed, your phone number is disconnected, it's been a while, we're going to use that money to buy ourselves another trap. Okay, and when you do, going back to the cleaning of the trap, don't use anything fancy. I use hot water and dish soap and a sponge, and then I rinse it off with the water hose, and then I let it dry. That's good. Okay, so don't feel like you have to buy anything special to clean these traps. Okay. All right. So low cost spay and neuter options. So now you know what kind of trap you need. You know how to get a trap from us. So the next question is, okay, so where do I take these cats? Does every vet clinic do this? Unfortunately, no. There are only certain vet clinics that we do have the subsidy with. So we are saying, please, please, please go to our website for any updates. That is going to be your #1 place to go. Okay, so right there, please check out our website, san20feralcats.org. You'll find it in block 1 of our brochure. So I'm actually going to show you how to do this right now. Okay, there we are. Okay, there I am. All right, so you're going to go to TNR resources, and you're going to go to spay neuter clinics. Okay, now when you get time, I highly suggest you look at the rest of this website. It is awesome and it's up to date. It's beautiful. All right, so again, TNR resources, spay neuter clinics, and then you have all your spay and neuter information. Okay, so if you have the brochure, you'll notice that these clinics are listed in the back, but because of current circumstances, not all clinics are open or even working during their regular hours. So that's why, again, we highly suggest that you please check out our website to get the latest information. Okay, so you have the San Antonio Feral Cat partner clinic, so that's us. So these are the ones we partner up with. So if you go to these clinics, then the surgery is going to be $20. Again, it comes the spay or neuter, and the animal or the cat also gets the ear tip, and they do get the rabies shot as well. So you have the name of the clinic, the address, and then it gives you whatever clinic information that they have. They give you trapper limits, times of when to pick up and drop off, and other things like that. They give you website information, contact information. So again, take the time to actually read what is on here so you can get the latest and greatest information. Okay, now if you keep scrolling down, you're going to notice where it says ACS, Animal Care Services Community Cat Program, which is free, right? Everybody likes free. And it also has its own special block on the brochure for block #7. Now, unfortunately, again, because of current circumstances, they're not offering the feral surgeries at this time, okay? But when they do, we will definitely let you all know. So please continue to check the website for that, okay? So that was through the Animal Care Services. And then there's other clinics. Now, we don't have, they're not subsidized by the San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition, but the surgeries are a lot more cheaper than your regular house cat surgery, if you will. So these clinics charge up to $30 and up. Normally it's no more than $55. But again, here are other clinics that do have a lower price for stray and feral cats. And again, because they're on board as well, like we're all working together to try to reduce the numbers of cats here in San Antonio, or stray and feral cats here in San Antonio. Okay, so there's their information there. Okay, so again, go ahead and check this out. And since we're here, if you did not sign up for the class yet, hey kitty. All right, so there we go. So as soon as you go to home, as soon as you log or you go to our website, you'll see TNR classes. It'll give you some information. You click that link, and then you fill out whatever it is that needs to be filled out, and then you'll get your brochure and things like that. But again, I'm assuming most of y'all already did that because you're watching this video. Okay. Also, again, take the time to kind of look here if there's information you need to pass out to friends, neighbors, loved ones, kind of spreading the word of what we do with San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition, or how you can help. And also, if you are interested in volunteering with the program, again, we have a lot of volunteer opportunities and information on how you can get yourself signed up for that. Okay, so again, just take the time to look there for some really awesome information. And you'll notice there is our helpline number right there. So you can always give us a call. And we also have a Facebook too. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the lesson. To the presentation. All right. So now I'm going to give you some key points when it comes to trapping. Okay. So now you know what TNR is. You know how TNR works. You know that you're going to need a trap. You know how to get a trap. You know what clinic to use. So the next step is, okay, so how do I trap a cat? Like, how does this work? What do I need to know, right? So you are gonna see that information in blocks 3, 5, and 6 in your handout. So, but I'm gonna briefly go over them here. Okay, so number 1, please keep the same feeding time and location. So if you're already feeding cats, that is great. Don't change anything. It's gonna make your life so much easier. Okay, so keep the same feeding time, feeding location. All right. Second thing, you do not want to feed the cat a full meal. So if you are going to be taking the cat in for surgery the very next day, you don't want to give that cat, you don't want to send them to their surgery with a full belly. Just like humans, they tell us, not to eat after midnight the day before because they don't want any complications with the surgery. If we were having a surgery, same thing with cats. Okay, so just get enough food in the trap for them to come in the trap, but don't give them a full meal. Okay, so just enough to get them in the trap. Okay, you do want to keep the trap covered. So again, you could use something very inexpensive. I usually use a bed sheet, king size. I'm able to make 6 or 8 of those. You can use a beach towel. So the covering, again, you're not going to get it back, or you're not going to use it for anything other than trapping cats. So just kind of know that, okay? All right, next thing, you do want to supervise the trap. So let's just say you have the trap, you have the cover, you have the food, you're kind of ready to, go ahead and set it out. You do have to watch the trap. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be you, but it can be a trusted neighbor, maybe an older kid, somebody who knows what to do with the cat if the cat does get trapped. Okay, so again, supervising the trap is very important because you don't want to leave the trap out there and then you go to work and hope that, there's a cat in there when you come back, because while that cat's in there by themselves, they are susceptible to lots of things. The weather, other animals, people who don't understand what's going on kind of thing. So for their safety, you want to make sure that that trap is supervised. And as soon as the cat walks in there and is trapped, whoever's supervising the cat should know where to put the cat. So what designated area have you put aside to put the cat once one goes in there? All right. You do want to make sure that the designated location that you do choose is a temperature controlled area. So again, you don't want to have it too cold. You don't want to have it too hot. You want to have it just right. Okay. So again, having a cat in a hot garage probably isn't ideal, or leaving the cat on the porch kind of thing when it's, very, very hot. And again, when if the temperatures drop here in San Antonio, you don't want them out there in really cold weather either. Okay. So just try to bring them indoors if you can, extra bedroom, extra bathroom, somewhere in the kitchen, just somewhere where they're going to be in a temperature controlled area. Keep your kids and your other pets away from those cats because they're not going to be with you for very long. You're just going to get them fixed. They're going to stay with you overnight, and then they're going to be returned back to where you got them from. Okay. You do want to secure the trap before transporting. So when you do get one of our traps, which I'm going to demonstrate in the trap demonstration in a little bit, you want to make sure that that cage is closed, because it does have a safety feature to where if you catch something that isn't a cat and you need to get it out, there's a safety feature to where the door will open, but you don't want that happening in your car. So please make sure that you do secure the trap before you transport, just in case that trap falls over. You don't want a loose, angry, feral cat in your vehicle. So speaking of that, please prepare your vehicle prior to transport. So people get really excited when they catch cats because, like, yes, I finally got one. But before you put them in your car, make sure your car is prepped, okay? Because again, even though you might have newspaper and lining and puppy pads in the trap, sometimes these cats don't like being in there, and they will go wild and they will pee and poop and vomit and do all sorts of weird things. And you don't want any of that in the upholstery of your car, because that stuff is really difficult to get out. So lining with a shower curtain, maybe something absorbent, a tarp is good. And then something absorbent like a blanket or towels that you don't expect to use for anything else kind of thing. But just know that you do need to line your car with something, okay? All right, for your safety, you do not want to touch the cat. All right, so again, they might be your best friend on the outside, But sometimes when they're in the inside, when they get caught, they are not happy with you and they will try to bite and scratch you. Okay. And of course they're scared. Okay. And they're stressed out. So that's why we really harp on making sure that the trap is covered, because something about that covered trap calms them down. All right. So for your safety, do not touch the cat, because what happens is if you touch the cat and you get scratched or bit, then you have to go to the emergency room. Okay, because again, you don't know what that cat has, and then the cat's going to end up going in quarantine for a few days, 10 days, I think. So then it just makes an unnecessary situation. Okay, so don't do it. All right, so this is the part where we are going to do the trap demonstration. All right, now it's time for the trap demonstration. So the trap that we do use are the True Catch traps. So here's the information for that True Catch. So you can borrow one from us, you can purchase one from us, and you can also purchase one online. So whatever your preference is, okay? Now prior to trapping, you do want to make sure that you do have your supplies available. So you do want to have a trap cover. You want to have some kind of plate to feed the cat on, cat food of course. You can use puppy pads and you can use newspapers as well. So again, there is a list of supplies on the brochure that you should have downloaded when you signed up for this class, right? So I am going to show you how the trap actually works. All right. So the way you open up the trap is you're going to lift these rings and you're going to open the door, right? Now you're going to notice a bar here. So you'll see that this bar, this latch, is attached to the trigger plate back here. So I'm going to wiggle it so you can see. So what you're going to do is you're going to end up resting this latch to the latch that is on the front door. And what's supposed to happen is when a cat walks in, as soon as they step on this plate, you'll notice that the door is going to fall. Okay, just like that. All right, so now we're going to actually go ahead and set the trap for grabbing. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and open up the trap, and we are going to line it with some newspaper. All right, so we're going to put it all the way in there, and again, it does have a back side, so use it if you need to pull it through. Okay, again, you do want to cover that trigger plate there. Okay, so there you have it. All right. Now I'm also going to line it with a puppy pad, and this is just my preference because sometimes the cats do urinate in here or defecate, so I just want to make sure that there's some absorbent material. So this is more of a trapper's choice, if you will. So the minimum is newspaper. You do have to have newspaper in there, and I would suggest puppy pads, but again, it is optional. Okay, so you have that there. So now I'm going to go ahead and set the trap. There you go. And as the food part goes, I'm going to be using wet food because cats seem to like that. So again, I'm using something very inexpensive. So I'm using the lid of a Tupperware that I had available. So just a little bit. If you are trapping the day before surgery, you don't want to give them a lot of food because you don't want them to have a full belly. So just enough to actually entice them to go into the trap. All right, so once you get the food on the plate, you're going to go ahead and put it in the trap. So remember, you want to go ahead and make sure that this is behind the trigger plate because again, the cat has to step on this in order for the front door to fall. So once it's in there, you close your trap. Okay, and then you're going to get your cover and you are going to cover the trap. Now the cover can be a torn up bed sheet. That's what mine is. It could be a beach towel, just something long enough that's going to cover the trap and something that that can be washed. Okay, and there you go. And now you're ready to go set out your trap. All right, so once you have the cat trap, again, you want to make sure that it's covered and you're going to take the trap to a temperature controlled area and wait the next day for the surgery. Okay, so again, you don't want to feed a cat the full meal. Now, let's just say you catch a cat that you've already caught, or you catch a small dog or something that's not supposed to be in the trap, you can go ahead and let it go. Okay, so you just open up the door here and the cat or animal will walk right out. Okay, again, your safety first, so please make sure you don't get scratched in the process. All right, so let's just say a wild animal walks into your trap. Skunk, possum, or another animal where you really don't want to get too close to the trap because again, your safety is number one. So what you can do is you can go ahead and get a long broomstick or just a long pole, if you will, because this trap does have a safety feature. So you would get that long stick or pole and you would actually flip the trap upside down. So when you do this, you'll notice that that door will open, okay? And then whatever you have in here can run out. You do not want that door opening when you are transporting the cat to the veterinary clinic. All right, so in order to prevent the door opening during traveling, you are going to put the carabiner on the trap. So your trap, whether you're buying one from us or you're borrowing one from us, will come with one of these. So what you will do is you would get one of the rings, you would clip it on there, and then you're going to clip it to a part of the trap that doesn't move. So if for some reason your trap does end up upside down in your vehicle, the door won't open. All right, so there'll be times when the cat will not go into the trap. So what you can do is you can desensitize the trap. That means getting the cat used to having this trap in its environment. So I like using a bungee cord, very inexpensive. You can use the string as well. I did get this from the Dollar Tree. So you're going to open up the trap. Okay, so you're gonna clip one end, and then you'll get the other end and you'll clip it. Okay, so you wanna make sure that these trap doors stay open. You'll introduce the trap into the cat's feeding environment, and then for the next couple of days, you'll feed the cat in the trap. So the reasoning behind this is that the cat's going to go in, they're going to eat there, they're going to notice, hey, nothing's happening to me, this is just my new spot to eat. Not knowing that maybe on the third or fourth day, you're actually going to set the trap for you to take to the veterinary clinic to get the surgery done. Okay, so this is called desensitizing the trap. All right, the next method is called the string method. So these are for your hard to get cats. So with this one, you're not going to be setting the trap the traditional way. You are going to need a water bottle, a piece of 2x4, just something that is heavy enough to keep the door open and something that that's going to be accidentally knocked down. You're also going to need a long piece of string, hence the string method. So you can use fishing line, 550 cord, shoelaces, whatever you have available. Again, this shouldn't be too expensive for you to do. Okay, so what you'll do is you're going to set the trap. So again, you're not going to set it the traditional way. You're going to lift the rings and you are going to put the water bottle or whatever it is that you have that has, you know, some weight to it, and you're going to use that to prop the door open. Okay, so you're going to fill up the trap with some food. So again, you're not going to be taking the cat to the surgery that very next day because again, you may not even get the cat that you want that day. So you can go ahead and fill up, you know, a pile of food, because if you are trapping where there's other cats might be coming in and eating the food, and those might not be the cats that you want because you've already fixed them. You are targeting maybe that one cat that just will not get in the trap. So again, you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to, you know, sit. You are going to need a little bit of luck. And you might have to watch other cats come in, eat the food, get out, come in, eat the food, get out, and things like that. So what you're doing is you are waiting for that one cat. So again, the reasoning behind that is if that one cat sees the other cats going in, notice, hey, nothing's happening to that cat and I'm very hungry and I need to go eat, then they're going to come in and eat from the trap. Now again, it's not traditionally set because we don't want every cat that comes in here. We're only targeting the one. So you'll have your string. Okay, and you'll be sitting far away from the trap to where the cat can't sense your presence, especially if you are catching a feral cat, because again, they don't want to be around humans. So you'll wait on the bushes or whatever it is that you're going to wait at, and you'll wait for that one particular cat to go. Okay, so again, whenever you're waiting, you want to make sure that you're at an angle to where you can see the whole body go in. okay? So when the cat is far enough in the trap, that's when you want to pull your water bottle, because if you're looking at it from this angle, where I'm at here, you can't really see if the cat is in completely, and cats are very fast and can actually turn around and run right back out. So again, be at an angle where you can see the cat going in like this. When you see like, okay, the body's in there, you're going to pull this and you're going to trap the cat, okay? And then from there, you're going to get the cover, because again, the cover does keep them calm. So you're going to get the cover and cover that cat, and there we go, okay? So that is the string method. All right, and we're back. Okay, so you saw that beautiful video. All right, so now it's like, all right, so you have all this information. You're like, this is a lot of stuff. What do I do first? Okay, well, you want to count and track the cat. So you kind of already have to have an idea of who it is that you are going to be taking to get fixed, okay? If you have a pregnant female in your group, she is numero uno. She is the first one to go, okay? So pregnant cats are going to be your priority, okay? Again, you do want to maintain the same feeding schedule, the same time and location. Again, it'll make your life so much easier because you'll already know what time the cats will be there and where they're going to be at, okay? Decide when you're going to trap. So if you're going to trap the night before, again, already know where you're going to keep that cat overnight, okay? You shouldn't be guessing that once the cat's in the trap. If you decide, well, we recommend that you don't trap in the morning because most clinic locations have really early drop-offs. So if you think you can trap in the morning, then more power to you. But just keep in mind that if you trap the night before, you'll be able to plan out your morning. Doing it the morning of, you're just you're taking a little bit more risk kind of thing. But I mean, if you're there when it's time for the drop-off, then good for you. All right, you do want to choose the clinic. So again, you are going to go to our website. You're going to see what clinics are open on the days that you do plan on bringing the cats in, and just making sure that they're open and just checking to see what their procedures are. Okay, so there's that. You do want to establish recovery area. So the recovery area more than likely is going to be the same place you kept the cat overnight if you did catch the night before. So again, the recovery area, you want to keep it in a nice, quiet, temperature controlled place. It's going to have the cover, the cat's going to have the cover on the trap. The cat will not leave the trap until you're returning it back to where you got the cat from. Okay, so you don't have to worry about making a house for it or anything like that. You are going to gather supplies and you're going to arrange to get the traps early. So there is a lot of prior preparation that you have to do. Well, not a lot, but there are some prior preparations that you have to do prior to catching the cat. Because again, once you have a cat in the trap, that's not the time for you to try to figure all this stuff out. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to show you a video. So this video here is going to put it all together. So everything that I've been talking about, now you actually get to see it in real life. So we do pull our videos, or some of our videos, from alleycat.org. They have tons of resources. Not a little plug for alleycat.org. So the Alleycat organization, they are the national voice for stray and feral cats, and a lot of our information is actually we do receive from that organization. So we are your local resource. So again, if you get the time, go to their website, all sorts of fantastic information with videos. You can buy posters, there's all sorts of cool stuff. So anyway, so I'm going to stop talking so we can watch this video. All right. So let's see if I can remember how to do that. Okay, and there's the step-by-step guide. Wait for it. All right, so I'm pulling this directly from their website so you can kind of see how it looks like, just to make sure that you're in the right website. It is a YouTube video, but again, it was made by them. All right.
Trap, neuter, return, or TNR, is the humane, effective approach for community cats. During TNR, cats are humanely trapped, taken to a veterinarian to be spayed or neutered, vaccinated, ear-tipped, and then returned to their outdoor homes. TNR is the mainstream approach for caring for outdoor cats in communities nationwide. Anyone can do TNR. Before you begin trapping, make sure to connect with neighbors. Let them know what TNR is and how they can help. Determine how many cats you'll be trapping and be prepared for different or unexpected scenarios like ill or injured cats, nursing mother cats, kittens, or friendly cats. Establish a feeding schedule so the cats become accustomed to getting food at a consistent place and time every day. It's important to coordinate with a feral-friendly veterinarian or clinic for spay and neuter appointments and set up a recovery area for the cats in advance. Ensure you have enough traps and that they are labeled and working properly. Withhold food for 24 hours before you trap, but always provide water. Cats should be hungry enough to enter the traps, but shouldn't eat too much once inside them, since they'll be having surgery. Bait the traps with food like sardines or tuna in oil. Place the traps on a flat surface where the cats spend time. Then move away, but keep an eye on them. When one or more cats are trapped, carefully approach the traps and cover them completely with a towel, blanket, or trap cover to help calm the cats. Before you leave, make sure all of the traps are accounted for. Transport the cats to the feral-friendly veterinarian or clinic where they will be spayed or neutered, vaccinated, and ear-tipped. Confirm with the veterinarian what services you want, like microchipping, or don't want, like testing for FIV or FELV. Be sure that the clinic contacts you before making any treatment decisions for the cats. Let the cats recover overnight in the area you set up, or at the veterinary clinic. Keep them covered in their traps to reduce stress. Monitor the cats to make sure they are recovering properly. If you see any complications like vomiting, bleeding, or difficulty breathing, call your veterinarian. Return the cats to the exact location where you trapped them, so they can reunite with the colonies and outdoor homes they know. Provide food and water, and resume their usual care routine. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the class, and here I am. Okay. All right, so there we go. So let's go to our next slide. All right. So what if there are special situations? Going back to the video, it did say to try to keep the cat overnight at the veterinary clinic. So there are no veterinary clinics that will keep stray or feral cats overnight. So I'm just letting you know that right now. So again, already have that location established in your house. Okay. All right. So going back to this slide. So what if there's a special situation? So what if there's a pregnant cat? Because some people might be like, well, she's pregnant. Can I still get her fixed? Heck yeah, you can still get her fixed. So you're going to bring her in. Again, if you do have pregnant cats in your group, they are the priority. Okay. So just know that the pregnancy is going to be aborted. Okay. But again, we're trying to help with the population of stray and feral cats. Okay. Nursing moms. So if you see that mom, or a cat was pregnant and now she had her babies, and you see that there's kittens following her, and you're like, maybe she's nursing. If I fix her, she won't be able to produce milk. Well, she still will be able to. So you can go ahead and take nursing moms. Now, the thing with that is you don't want to take nursing moms too early. So let's just say the cat was pregnant yesterday and now she's not pregnant today. This wouldn't be the time to take her. You want to wait till you're able to see the kittens walk on their own, follow mom around, and actually are able to eat on their own. Okay, because if you take the mom away too early from her kittens, you have to remember that she's their number one defense. So she's gone. She's leaving them open to predators, the climate, insects, again, other people. She might not be able to hide them. So you want to make sure that the kittens are at least, old enough to where they can eat on their own and they can be without mom for a day. Okay. Now let's just say you come across kittens and you're like, oh, well, we have a bunch of cats or kittens. How old do they have to be? So we are saying that the cats or the kittens be at least 12 weeks old and at least 2 pounds. Okay. Now the 12 weeks old is because of the rabies vaccination. So here in the state of Texas, a cat has to be at least 12 weeks old in order to receive the vaccination. So that's why we say just wait till 12 weeks old. So you're not having to bring the cat in for surgery and then having to recatch the cat later just to get the rabies vaccination. So just do it all at the same time. And if you're not sure how old a 12-week-old kit or how a 12-week-old kitten looks like, AlleyCat Allies does have a brochure that actually shows you with pictures on how cats look like. Again, so and if I have time, I'll go ahead and show you where you can find that. It's a great resource. Okay. And friendly strays. So let's just say there's a cat out there and you're like, there's no way this cat belongs outside. It's a beautiful cat and she's so friendly to everyone. Somebody must have dumped her. So again, our main purpose here is of TNR is colony stabilization, not so much adoption. So we do have dedicated volunteers that work that aspect of the San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition. So they do assist with, you know, if there's kittens that are found during our trapping or friendly strays and things like that. You know, we will help with getting them adopted and things like that. But again, our mission is more controlling the numbers of the cats that are actually out on the streets. Okay. And we did have to put this out here. We do not pick up kittens or cats. So please do not call us or have people call us saying, hey, we have cats, come get them. So we don't do that. What we do is we give the community information on how they can help the situation that they're in. Now, with that being said, let's just say there's kittens and you think you're going to adopt them out or you think you're going to foster them. Please make sure that you are aware that it is a long-term obligation. Okay, so the cats may not get adopted as soon as you wanted them to, kind of thing. Maybe somebody in your house is now allergic to cats and you don't know what to do with them. So please, before you consider taking in a bunch of baby kittens to get them adopted out, that you think of the long term as well. And if you can't, you're like, I can't take care of these cats, wait till they're 12 weeks old, get them their surgery, get them their vaccination, and return them to where you found them. So at least you know that they're not going to be contributing to the problem. All right. So what if the cat is too smart, AKA the cat will not get in the trap? You're like, I did all the things and the cat won't get in the trap. What's going on? So it may be that the cat is not hungry enough. So again, we do ask that you talk to your neighbors and let them know what you're doing. Hey, I'm going to be trapping some cats. Can you not put out food? I need them to get really hungry and they will come in. So you saw the video with my cat Cheddar. That's what I had to do. I feel horrible saying it, but I had him skip breakfast and I made him hungry enough to where he walked into the trap. So it really does work. Okay, again, the second one, other feeders, just let other people know what you're doing so they know not to feed. You might want to experiment with bait. So let's just say you're feeding the cat the normal kibbles or what is it, meow mix, and you're like, wow, I'm using the meow mix, which they always eat, but for some reason they're not coming in. What do I do? You can try the wet food. You can try the tuna, like it was mentioned in the video. You can try the fancy stuff, whatever you think is going to get the cat in the trap. We ask that you do not put cans because the cans do have that sharp lip on the inside, and we don't want the cat to injure themselves if they're really hungry. And aluminum foil, do not do that. I have seen cats eat aluminum foil when they are that hungry. We do not want to make this any kind of like medical emergency situation. So just eliminate that, no foil. Check rants, see if there's anything in the actual bait itself to where the cat just is not going to eat it because there's insects on it. Again, partially cover the trap. And that's actually pretty good because not only does the cat feel a little bit more safer, it'll help you remember that you need to cover the trap. All right, big boy trap. So let's just say you have a big old stray tomcat with a big old head and you're like, there's no way he's going to fit in this trap, or a big old pregnant female. You can actually request the big boy trap. And yes, that is what they're called. So you can request the big boy trap when you are requesting traps. And we do have those, same price, $75 loan fee. Okay, or loan, sorry. Okay, desensitize the trap and the string method. So I already showed you all how those work. So that's that. Okay. So TNR recovery care, so we're almost towards the end. So how is it different as opposed to your own, or to I guess, house cat care, if you will? Okay, cats are going to remain in covered traps. So when you get the cat back, they are still going to be in the trap. The veterinary technicians at the clinic will actually clean out, you know, the cage, so you don't have to worry about that. So they'll already have clean newspaper, puppy pads, whatever it is they use. So the cats are going to remain in the traps. So you are going to keep the cats in the traps for 24 hours after surgery, because again, we want to keep them in a safe temperature controlled location, quiet, to where they can actually recover from the surgery. Okay, and I did add a picture of this kitty right here, because this kitty, if you've never seen a cat come out, or animal or person come out of anesthesia, their pupils are going to be very dilated, like full moons, right? So if the cat's eyes are still like that, they probably still have some kind of medication in them and it's wearing off. Okay, so that is the time that they really need to be in temperature controlled areas and afterwards, because their body can't regulate their temperature at that point. So that's why we have to make sure that we're kind of doing that for them. We're making sure that they're in temperature controlled areas. Okay, and the way you'll know a cat's back, if you will, their eyes will start, you know, doing the cat eyes and start moving around, and sometimes they'll be hissing at you or meowing or rubbing up on the cage, and that's when you know, okay, this cat's back to normal. Okay, you're never going to reach inside the trap. So again, we already talked about that. Even if you're like, oh, she wants me to pet her, don't. Okay, provide food and water. So once you see that the cat is back to normal, if you will, you can go ahead and open the back side of the trap and like quickly put food and water, because again, we don't want you sticking your hand in there, and we don't want the cat to accidentally like jump out of the trap. So what you can do is partially cover the trap on the other end, and what'll do is the cat will scooch back with it, and then that'll give you enough time for you to stick the food and water in there really quick, and then close the trap. You're going to check as often as possible, especially the female. So the 24 hours that the kitties are with you, you just want to make sure that they're okay. Okay, so you're going to check for bleeding, eating, eliminating. So I did add a picture of where the surgery sites are, just so you know where you're supposed to be looking at, okay, especially if this is all new to you. So male cats, the surgery site's going to be in the back of the testicles, okay, so it's going to be back here. And the girl incision site's actually going to be kind of like in the middle of her belly. So her incision site is a little bit more invasive. So just, you know, again, just making sure that they're not bleeding, you know, just, making sure that they're waking up and things like that. Before you leave the veterinary clinic, they will give you some discharge information as far as, after surgery, post-care, if you will. But if they forget to tell you, because sometimes it gets really busy, don't be afraid to ask, hey, what do I do if this cat doesn't wake up? Or what do I do if I feel that this cat is not doing well? Like, who do I call? What do I do? So make sure that you do have that information with you. Or an emergency vet, you know, you can always take them there if need be. So just kind of already know what to do if there's any emergencies. Okay. All right. Again, temperature controlled area, 65 to 85 degrees is ideal. Once the cat is back to normal. Oh, I'm going back to the eating and drinking. Some cats will eat and drink everything, and some cats will not touch your peace offering. They will not drink. They will not eat. And honestly, all of that is normal. Some cats will, as far as the urination and defecation, some cats will poop and pee all over the trap, make a poop Picasso, and other cats will not. And honestly, again, those two scenarios are normal. If the cat does end up making a huge mess, do not feel tempted to reach in there and clean. Again, keep the trap, or just keep it closed. Clean what you can around the trap, but don't put yourself in that situation to where you can get bit or scratched. Okay. So again, once the cats are back, 24 hours has passed, and you notice, okay, there's no bleeding, the cat's fine. You know, the cats do have to be returned to where they were trapped. That's the R in TNR. Wherever you got those cats or cat, they have to be released back to where they were caught, because they're going to be returning to their home. They're returning back to their normal sense. They're returning to the other cats. They're returning to their trees, their territory. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we're returning them to their homes. Okay. All right. So these are just a little extra information since we do have your attention. All right. So if you are feeding cats, good for you. Okay. So we don't want you to stop doing that. Okay. We actually like that. So again, stop the breeding, not the feeding. So you keep doing what you're doing. What we are asking you though is to take it a step further and get these cats fixed. Okay. So again, we're trying to control the cat population. So if you're already feeding cats and you know exactly where they're at, then perfect. Let's go out there and let's get them fixed. Okay. You do want to be a responsible caretaker. So if you are feeding cats and giving them water, you want to do it discreetly. You don't want to make huge messes. So you want to keep your feeding areas clean. You never want to leave food out after dark, especially if you're feeding like in your backyard or front yard or where there's neighbors, because raccoons and possums also like cat food, and we don't want to attract any wildlife that we don't need to. Okay. If you do have 8 or more outdoor cats that have already all been fixed and you kind of claim them as your own, but they're not really yours, they're just like your community cats that you're overseeing, you can apply for a cat colony permit. So through Animal Care Services, it is a one-time $10 fee. Go to ACS, let them know that you have 8 or more cats, not including your indoor cats. These are just the outdoor ones. What ACS will do is they'll come out, just verify that the cats have been fixed. They'll kind of check your yard or wherever it is the cats are hanging out. They won't go inside your house. Just say, okay, this is, good to go, and they'll give you your permit. So again, if you have neighbors, or let's just say it's a place at work, you have coworkers or people that don't like what you're doing or don't agree with what you're doing, you can show them your state your city form from Animal Care Services that you legally can have these cats there. All right. You do want to answer any neighbor concerns and complaints. So not everyone's crazy about cats, and they may not understand, why trapping cats is important. So answer your neighbor concerns and complaints. We do ask that you please stay calm. We don't want any neighbor disagreements, arguments, any tension because of these cats. Because normally what happens is it's the cats that have to pay for it. So if neighbors are angry at each other, then bad things start happening to the cat. So we don't want that. So if that happens and you feel that you're not versed enough to like tell them, hey, call us, give them this class. Once we start doing live classes again, bring them to one of the classes, and we will be more than happy to talk to that person. But we ask that you do that first, and again, you spread all this information in your communities, and we're always going to be here for support. Again, explain the TNR and the vacuum effect. Tons of videos out there on it. Rewatch this video if you have to. Alley Cat Allies also has a video on it as well. Okay. All right, volunteers. So I kind of already touched on this earlier in the presentation. So if you are interested in volunteer opportunities, go to our website, go under the volunteer tab, and you'll see all the volunteer opportunities that we have out there for you. Okay. All right, and donations. Oh, I didn't show that part. So we do have a donations tab on our website. So if you go to the tabs, it'll say donations. So the donations, again, because we get all our money through donations and grants and things like that. So we use the money to subsidize the actual surgeries for individual trappers. So we have people that are dedicated. They have the time and they have the resources to catch the cats and take them, but sometimes they don't always have the money. So we help pay for that, and also too, the subsidy that we're offering to the community, that $20 subsidy, what we do is we pick up the rest of the tab. So the surgery does cost a lot more, but what we do is we pay the rest of it because we want to keep offering the $20 subsidy for community members so that they actually use the program. Okay. We also use the money to fund large emergency trapping projects. So I have a bunch of cats here. So let's just say you have a neighbor or somewhere where they started off with like 3 cats and now they have 25 cats, and somebody finally is doing something and somebody has to pay for all this. We use the money for that. We do help for cats in crisis. So sometimes the cats that we do come across need some medical attention, and if we can save their lives, we will. Okay. And again, no amount is too small. It all helps. Okay. So we do have the donation tab there. Now, again, in order to receive credit for attending this class and to receive the free trap loan and spay neuter subsidy, you do have to register for this class. So again, previously I already showed you how to do that. So you'll go to our website, you'll go to the registration tab, and it'll show you how to do that. There's our emblem. All right, so contact information. So you're going to find this in block 1. Okay, so again, we have our helpline number. We have our website address, we have our Facebook address, and we do have our mailing address as well. So there's several ways on how you can contact us. And when you signed up for this class, we also did get your email as well. So what we do is we send out monthly newsletters via email, just to kind of let you know what we're doing in the organization. We feature a cat that we have out for adoption. And just letting, just giving you all stats on like what we're doing, how much money we raised, how many people got trained, and just, good to know information about cats here in the organization, or cats that we've helped through the organization. All right, so that is basically it. So again, thank you for your time. And if you haven't, go ahead and sign up for the class. And again, my name was Yvonne, and it was a pleasure giving you this class. So at this point, you are more than welcome to log off. So thank you. I'm going to stick around just a little bit longer. So those of y'all that actually want to see the kitten chart, to see how old those kittens are in your backyard, and you're like, I have no idea, I'm going to show you where you can actually see that chart. But if you do not need that chart, then peace out. And again, thank you so much for your time. Bye. All right. Okay, so I'm going to show everybody else this. All right, so I went to AlleyCat Allies, and this is how I do it. Okay, so there it is. You go in the search bar and you put, how old is that kitten? And then you search for it. Okay. Okay, COVID. Let's go ahead and X that out. Okay, so they're going to give you some options because they have a lot of things. You type in certain words and you're going to get a lot of good information, but we specifically want how old is that kitten. So you click here. And again, I'm showing you how it looks like, so you're not, in some website that's not legit. All right. Here it is. Okay, so there's two ways of doing it. So right here, oh, you can't see me pointing. So right here, that has like a chart, if you will, and you can download the chart. So you see the little download button that I'm on right now. If not, if you keep scrolling down, it gives you the same information, but it's just broken down in a different format. So it tells you what a newborn kitten looks like, and it gives you the kitten guide. It shows you what a first week or 1 week old kitten looks like, and then it gives you the kitten guide. So it actually gives you pictures, and that's why this guide is awesome, because it gives you pictures, and it also gives you like some descriptions on like what's happening with that kitten during that time. So either way, you can get the information. Oh, they're so cute. All right, so you could get a good idea of how old the kitty is. Okay, but if you don't want to look at all that, you're like, I just need to know how old this cat is, just download the chart. That's the quickest way of doing it, and I'm going to download it for you. I think it goes up to 10 weeks. So if your cat looks older than what's on here, then more than likely they're good to go. Okay, and there you go. Okay, and again, it kind of gives you a picture, and it gives you a description on how the cats look like. And again, I got that through alleycat.org. Okay. Okay, so now, those of y'all that stuck with me to that, now we are finished for real. All right, so again, thank you for your time, and good luck to you in your trapping adventures. You know how to contact us. I hope you feel better knowing that there are like-minded people out there that are out here doing the work, catching the cats, getting them fixed, returning them to where they need to go, because we truly do care about our cats, and we truly do care about our community. So again, thank you for watching, and have a good one. Bye.